Hey, welcome everybody.
Hello, hello.
My name is Erik.
And my name is Ruud.
And today I lied a little bit. I mean, it looks like clickbait, zero cable PC build. In my head, it sounded like a good title, but I was thinking like, actually we're going to use cables.
Yeah,
So,
but we're gonna hide them.
yeah, we're going to hide them. So if you guys are here for my clickbait, wasn't intentional, was just my bad English. It should be like hidden cable build or something. Almost no cable.
Almost no cable.
Yeah. Anyway, we have some knives, so if you really want to see a no cable build, we can do it, but let's not go there. Because Ruud is here today to build, and we're going to talk about Project Zero. Zero visible cable, yeah, well, not sure if we can do that. We will come close.
We can, but then we can game.
Yeah, indeed. Without GPU.
Without the GPU, we can hide all cables.
Yeah, so last week we already talked about Project Zero at CES, and today we're going to talk more in depth about the ecosystem. We're actually going to build one. Ruud has already all the components over there. We're going to build with B760.
Yeah.
Ruud, I see one thing is missing.
What's missing?
The case?
The case is over here.
Oh, okay. Good. That's where we ended, I think, last week, right, with the case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So today we also have a giveaway, Assassin's Creed Mirage. So if you want to join our giveaway, you can go to amazon.com/2/insider, or on YouTube and Twitch you can click on the Gleam link, and you know what to do with that. And we will draw several winners. Will the MSI 47 Super MLG edition be available in Europe? I don't think so. It's not on our price list, so maybe in the future they will introduce it. But I would say no. I think this is really a typical SKU for Asia somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, looks nice. I don't like the red, but I mean, I would like to see MSI, the old MSI red.
We already had some customers also checking out this edition.
So. Oh, so people like it? Cool.
Yeah, also Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, we can use a 3050 without power connector. True that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's possible, Ruud.
Yeah, but I didn't have one lying around, so I could put a 1050 Ti in. That one doesn't use power cables as well.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Project Zero. So we'll talk a little bit about the ecosystem. Then Ruud is going to build, or try to do his best. But how many PCs did you build in your life? Do you know?
Not sure, no. Not that many, at least not as many as my colleague, because he...
he's more the PC builder, because...
he used to work in a shop where they just made custom PCs.
True. You cannot beat that.
Yeah, I never worked in a shop.
Yeah. But you also assemble PCs for events, right?
For events, and also for
so you probably
for colleagues, for family, for friends, and yeah.
More than 100 for sure?
No, I think less than 100.
Oh, amateur.
Yeah,
that's amateur level.
But all of them were different, so
yeah, and all of them were working. That's something different than what people are used from me.
Yeah, and I've never built one with this case, with this kind of setup. So
with this setup, so
I've seen my colleague build it, and it looks like it's a better build for me, because I hate cable management. So.
Okay, so now you can just hide them.
Just hide them, yeah.
After Ruud built his PC, because in the PC build you see that at the bottom already the components we're going to use. We're also going to use the new Intel non-K, what is it? The Core i5
14600. Yeah.
14600 without K.
Without K, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to benchmark it. I mean, maybe you have some requests, so drop it in the chat. I think Ruud doesn't have all games installed.
Only have at least 2 games.
Yeah, but at least we will talk a little bit about performance, what you can expect. And no, let's be honest, don't expect any big wonders, because you already had it with what was the 14700K, right? Which introduced 2 extra cores.
Yeah, 4 extra cores.
4 extra cores, yeah. On the efficiency cores.
Yeah, so especially the efficiency part. Yeah. But this is basically the same core setup as the 13500. We also have performance data on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to later we're going to jump into the benchmark. So let us first have a look at Project Zero. So we already showed you last week live stream CES. We had a lot of different builds with Project Zero. And yeah, as you can see, different cases, not only from MSI. So later we'll also talk about the compatibility list, because we already, in the past, we did a Project Zero build with like an engineering case, not something what we would bring to the market, just to show you the concept. But this ecosystem is growing and growing, which means more vendors are joining this concept, system integrators as well. So, I mean, Ruud, you made a smart remark yesterday. If people like it, it will survive or something. What did you say? Yeah,
we were discussing what to do in the future, but yeah, basically.
I'm really high here.
Yeah, if the customers will buy it, then it has some chance of success, and it will maybe even be mainstream. But if it could also be like a niche segment of the market, so we never know until people buy it.
Yeah. Didn't Gigabyte do this a while ago? Funny enough, I think I mean, I don't want to say they started it. It was I think an OEM. But yeah, they did it, I think 2 years ago, Project Stealth it was called, from Gigabyte. However, this year on CES they didn't show anything.
No.
So, quite strange. But yeah, Asus, MSI, I didn't see anything from ASRock or BioStar or any other mainboard vendor, which I don't remember. So, what is Project Zero? I'm sure if you if you build a PC in the past, sometimes it's very difficult to get all the cables, access to all the cables with the GPU at the bottom, all the small, in the past was even CD-ROM, but now it's audio, USB, you know, it's really annoying to fan connectors over there. Also, if you have a liquid cooler, those cables are not really flexible. So if you, especially I hate it when I need to put in the 4-pin CPU power, or 8-pin for some nowadays. In the past was always 4-pin, now 8 pins or even 2 times 8 pins. It's a nightmare, you know, at the top of your case, between the CPU cooler or the block from your
the radiator.
The radiator, indeed. Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah.
So that is one part. It will fix the easier access, I would say. I mean, you still need to connect things, and it's. I mean, if you know how to build a PC, it's not a big problem, you know. Some things are not easy and annoying, but that doesn't make it a problem.
But it's good for looks.
Yes, that's the main thing. It's very good for look and feel, and I think you see the trend from the last, what is it, maybe 5 years, more and more transparent glass on cases, windows. It started small, now I will show you later. It's like a fish tank almost. You want to see what's inside the PC, and that's also, we have white components, black components, everything is RGB, so you want to show this off, and then you don't want to have cables hanging. And you see this example as well. You see the liquid cooler still has this tube, and it's very difficult to hide. You also
you also see use an air cooler.
Fix it with an air cooler. Yeah, but the problem is nowadays with most high-end CPUs, or I would even say mid-range to high-end CPU, they deserve a liquid cooler because of the turbo boost. You can get the most out of it.
Yeah.
And also for pricing, like compared in the past, I don't think liquid cooling is an issue anymore.
No.
Used to be way more expensive. If you look closely to the right picture, I maybe even have my mouse here, you even see that there are some cables. This is probably USB, RGB, those kind of thing, power, data.
Power button, reset, that kind of
stuff. So we tucked them away. So it's not everything is cableless, but we're working on that. This means we're also looking, and I think last week live stream during CES, if you joined that, you saw that on the new liquid coolers we already reduced the number of cables on the radiator. So step by step, this will move into a cableless environment. And there are very nice solutions to make it without cables, but they're also very expensive. And we don't want to increase price. I should say we don't want to increase price too much. Let's talk a little later more about pricing. I'm checking the chats. All-in-ones have never been expensive. Well, yeah, all-in-ones not, but in the past, liquid cooling was not, it started with something else. It was most of the times custom.
So all-in-ones in the beginning were still more expensive than most air coolers, and they didn't bring any benefit because the CPUs were not power hungry enough to validate a water cooler.
Yeah.
But nowadays, especially the Intel ones, they draw over 250 watts. So
yeah,
water cooler is needed, I would say.
So one thing we would like to talk about is maybe industry compatibility. Because somebody already mentioned this in the chat. I think Gigabyte was one of the first who brought this to the consumer market, because there was an OEM main gear who had this before. The US system integrator. So I think, I'm not sure if Asus or MSI had it then. Anyway, now, to be honest, I don't see anything from Gigabyte. For sure, they're working on it. Asus and MSI, we demoed this. And the problem is, different manufacturers, different IDs, no compatibility. In the past, if we look at form factors, it was always decided by Intel. And maybe a consortium, like you have the USB organization or AV1 organization, a group of companies who are talking about what they need, what they want, what their ideas are. I guess, I'm not part of it. But that way, they make a draft and and it's also Wi-Fi 7, I would assume so. These kind of industry standards are with a group of people. And this is not done that way. And the main reason here is that this is not really backed up by Intel or AMD. I'm not sure if we talked with them or we asked them. But that I think in the past also, if you remember BTX, otherwise Google it, it's a funny layout. It was like with the socket angled, right?
On the other side of the case, the motherboard was there, and there was also for cooling they had like certain socket locations, so you can draw the heat out of the case.
Anybody remember BTX?
BTX, yeah.
If you remember, you're old. Or you just read Wikipedia very well.
But it never succeeded, so...
No, it failed indeed.
Actually, it was quite a good idea, but yeah.
Why was it? To improve airflow, right?
Yeah, airflow was one of the parts, and maybe also just the easier build, I think. But not sure about that.
Yeah, I remember the intention for that was system integrators and SIs in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that's the same. OEMs and system integrators.
But it never took off, so...
Yeah. Okay, and that's maybe now, well, I don't want to say the same,
again. Yeah.
But with 12 volt.
Oh, 12 volt, yeah.
Yeah, 12 volt, like PSUs and mainboards, this is really targeted at system integrators. And for the channel, we have them. I'm not sure if we're selling in the channel, but there's little demand, of course.
Yeah.
So not sure if this is going to make it. So let's talk a little bit more about compatibility. So if you buy a mainboard from MSI, we also want you, or make it possible that you can buy a case from another vendor and that our mainboard fits. So that's why we define these kind of holes, keep out. How do you say that, Ruud?
Yeah, you can name them keep out zones for.
Anyway, the holes in the PCB. So this is the PCB. This is not the PCB. This is the tray.
The motherboard tray,
Yeah, the motherboard tray in a case, and you have them for ATX and micro ATX. You have the pin out where you, of course, connect the screws, where you screw the mainboard on this tray. And then, of course, if you have the connectors on the backside of the mainboard, because that's the whole idea, you also need to have holes in this plate. So this is available from our landing page or our website, so you can also download it. There is also, what is it, DXF or something?
DXF files, for CAD.
It's like AutoCAD or something.
AutoCAD, for example. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like a 3D file with all the measurements, etc. This is just like a screenshot, a picture. Can't see much here. But that's shared with all case vendors to make sure about compatibility. So I know Asus, MSI, and I don't know about Gigabyte, but also there's some conversation going on regarding compatibility. So at this moment, I cannot promise you that Asus and MSI are 100% compatible. But later we will talk about compatibility from the cases, because that I can promise you there will be a lot of cases, 20 to 30 maybe even cases which will be compatible with this format. And some of them will, or maybe even most of them, will not only be able to carry this back connect design, so here you have an example, but it will also be able to have to place a normal ATX mainboard inside.
That shouldn't be a problem for any of them because the connectors will be on the top.
Skeets is saying, Cooler Master apparently has a case in the works. Yes, actually they have two, but I saw one at CES indeed. Expensive, expensive, expensive. Oh, that's something else. How many are available? Well, there are more than I am going to give away today. So yeah, I think you can participate. No problem there. And it's an easy win. AI monitor. Okay, so here you see a motherboard in some sort of tray, and you see it from it's a bit funny picture. Let's forget about the tray. Here you see the mainboard, and on the back you see the connectors. Ruud, you also have one over there, right?
Yeah, which one you want to show?
Because
the one we're going to
just
build,
take one. Maybe take the Z790. That's a new one.
That's a new one.
And we're not going to use it today. So you see the case is also some sort of,
the front, and the connectors are on the back.
Yeah. In the beginning, it's quite strange because you are carrying your mainboard, or you're grabbing your mainboard on the places where you normally do. Most times then it's, there are pin headers here. That's not a good idea. So
like,
it's
the fan headers.
Yeah, the fan headers indeed. Yeah, it's a little bit getting used to it, handling this kind of mainboard. But you can you maybe show it from the side, Ruud? Yeah, like that, indeed. Yeah. So you see all the connectors are on the back.
So.
And this way, via the holes in the tray of the case, you can connect the connectors on the back of the mainboard. I remember you cutting yourself last stream. Could be. But yeah, that's why I remember. That's that's maybe even one of the biggest problems. You never had that, Ruud? That you take these mainboards and you're like, But
we still have, because especially the pins that hold the PCI Express connectors, those are really sharp as well. So that's on every motherboard.
Yeah. So this is, for everything there's a solution. If you look at, for example, this the USB 3, Ruud, can you point that one out?
USB 3.
Yeah, for example, those connectors, they have pins as well. But of course, you cannot hurt yourself. So the fan headers are a bigger problem. So what we could do, we could develop a different case for the fan headers, but in the end, it would only increase cost. And I would say it's only a problem when you handle these mainboards like out of the bag, the case, whatever. So I suggest we don't put cost into this.
No.
Only for those few minutes you have it in your hands. Okay, thanks, Ruud.
Okay.
Maybe you can show the packing, because I think also we designed some different kind of packing that these mainboards are easier to. Yeah. Well, no, that's not my point. That's marketing.
No, but it looks good.
Yeah. It looks fresh. Yeah.
And then you have.
But they told me this packing indeed, it was different because of the mainboard had connectors on the other side.
Yeah, true. Because it has like a box is in two parts, like a clamshell.
Okay.
And then you have an insert, so the motherboard will rest on this middle part, and then the connectors can just sink into the holes.
Can you put the mainboard in, maybe, as an example?
Yeah, I can put the motherboard in. Need to do it like that.
Yeah.
So now it's without an anti-static bag, but it's not a problem.
Okay, interesting.
So looks nice.
Yeah, looks nice, and also indeed with a normal box where you just have a flat bottom, it's very difficult to move around.
Yeah, and it's all cardboard, so no wasting materials.
Yes, Skeets, you need to have a case with cuts out, not huge cutouts, small cutouts. I think I showed the cutouts here. I would say, where are we here? I would say there is more tray left than cutouts, but maybe I'm not wrong. Maybe there are more cutouts than tray.
We will show the case also when it's just empty and from front and back.
Indeed. Okay. So yeah, you see all the connectors are on the back, and then this helps with easy cable management, but more importantly, a better look and feel on the other side. So this slide I showed you last time already. I made some changes. First of all, I put the MSRP in here, and always with pricing, just the indication price can be at your country, your local reseller, more expensive, cheaper, just that you have an indication. Let's talk about the mainboards. The mainboards are not that more expensive if you look at from cost point of view. Because yes, we need to place the connectors on the back, and of course on the back of the PCB, make some changes in the factory. So that's some extra cost, but they are the same connectors. The extra cost, Ruud, maybe you can show that mainboard in the close-up.
I just packed it.
Oh, then take the B650, maybe.
B650, yeah.
You just packed it, just leave them unpacked. We're going to showcase that. I should not say that. More.
The box was used to hide my other stuff. This is the B650.
Yeah, indeed. So what you notice over here on the right side, Ruud, can you move your left finger? Yeah, you have an extra cover over there. And can you move that closer, please? The 24 pins, yeah. You see the 24 pins is on the back side, like what we discussed. This means on the front side, on the top of the PCB, you have those soldering points. And, well, you know, aesthetically, it's not really appealing to look at. But it also, you can hurt yourself. So that's why we are increasing costs to put some sort of, I don't want to say call it a heat sink, a cover maybe, on that side. And that's what we do now at this moment with Project Zero mainboard. So I was already discussing with the PM, I think yesterday, Ruud, we had a con call with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so can you maybe do switch to like a different kind of soldering, that we don't have the solder points, hide them more or make it black or make them more appealing. So if you say Project Zero is more expensive, yes, but that's not because it's a back connect, how we refer to these mainboards. A back connect mainboard with connectors on the back. It's because we are putting extra things on compared to the normal version. Also, for example, if you look at VRM, if you take the B760 we're going to build later with, then if you compare VRM with the other B760, we have a more powerful VRM, which of course is also more costly. Has nothing to do with this back connect format.
The B760 doesn't have this strip, by
no.
the way.
Yeah.
We'll see that later.
Yeah, indeed. So we're still playing around with this kind of concept. What we need to cover. I mean, yeah, look and feel, sure, but of course it adds costs. And in first, this is all about the look and feel. So then there is no problem. Because also you need to take in mind, you have now an open case, there are no cables, so you can actually see the mainboard. And that's why we do this. So several reasons. Let's go back, Ruud, thank you, to the slide. So if we look at the B650 B650M, which is a micro ATX, Project Zero, this one is already available in the stores. I would say I put February there because in some countries, like Europe, it might be a little bit later. I heard in the how is it in English? Red Canal? Red Sea, right?
Red Sea, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, they're attacking boats, etc. So shipments are delayed to Europe. They have to go all around Africa. Which will take like 10 days longer, also a higher price for the containers. Anyway, I think because this one already was mass production in September, maybe a bit later. Anyway, last year. So this one should be the first in the market. Then from February, you can expect the B760. Project Zero, B760M Project Zero, which is also a micro ATX based on Intel. And then on the right side we have two cases, black and white. And actually there are 4 SKUs, later you will see this. These are the Pano M100R series you see here, and R means they are with RGB, so they have the fans. We also have the L, and the L is without fans, which will also be cheaper. This case is a micro ATX case, so you cannot fit normal ATX mainboard in. It's just too small. However, you can fit a normal micro ATX in and a back connect or a Project Zero micro ATX board. Then in the coming months, you can expect the Z790 ATX Project Zero. It's ATX mainboard. And we will have the Pano 100 case, which is basically the same case, only it fits a bigger form factor. Because in the beginning we only had the idea, okay, we are going to do this on micro ATX, but we got more response, more reactions from customers, and then, okay, let's also introduce this for ATX. So we took the case, modified it, and we also introduced the Z790. So these are already in mass production, they're shipping, so probably somewhere, maybe India or something if we move to Europe. I put here March and May. However, it's possible that, for example, in Asia and maybe even the US, that it will arrive earlier. So yeah, it's a conservative ETA. Then on the right side we have a new case. We already saw it last week, the Maestro Z700L Project Zero PZ. I was asking last week, what does PZ stand for? Okay, I should have known that. This is a bit confusing. For back connect, it's an ATX case. So the Z790 Project Zero fits into this case with the back connectors. But this one, with the normal mainboard, you can also fit in an extended ETX. You can also fit in a normal ATX, micro ATX and mini ATX. So it basically fits all form factors. Okay. eATX you always need to watch out what size, you know, because eATX is not really defined. You have like enormous mainboards. And mostly it's towards a workstation server. So that's the ATX case. And this is like the fish tank. I was already wondering. I asked Ruud, can we maybe put some fish in it? But Ruud said no way.
It will be very hard to get that watertight.
Yeah, indeed. Any questions about this part?
The 100 will be also a bit wider, so the power supply is not on the bottom, but on the side of the motherboard. So it's like a dual width case, more like the Corsair also announced.
Yeah, Furian Z on Twitch is asking Project Zero coming for AMD. It's already there. Actually, the first one on the left top. Is that left? Anyway, this one, the B650, it's an AMD board.
Yeah.
That was actually the first one we made. Not everybody knows those chipsets. How much 4090? Do we have 4090 to build? No.
Not
okay.
Today, no.
Let's continue. So, this is what MSI is going to bring, let's say in the first, maybe even the second quarter. I'm sure at Computex, which is in June, you will see some new creations from MSI. Not sure, but that's what I guess, you know. Then about the industry. There are a lot of vendors making case for this. So we have InWin with the D5. This one was shown at CES as well. Lian Li, the L216R. I believe this one is already available, but so as far as I know, only in China. Not sure if this Lian Li will also come to other markets like US or let's say NALA or Europe or Africa or anything outside China for that matter. Cooler Master, this is a picture from CES last week, the Masterbox 600. Then Thermaltake, Ceres 300 TG ARGB. It seems they will be available in 3 different colors, black, white and ocean blue. I'm not sure what kind of blue it is.
Yeah, they have a name for that blue. The whole part of their stand was that blue.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, true. So that's the Thermaltake, and I put there like if it can do back connect, ATX or micro ATX, and don't.
No, the Thermaltake only ATX.
Sorry?
The Thermaltake did only ATX
according
to their website.
From what I know, this is the information, but don't pin me on that because not all the products are on websites. It's only information from CES, or I got it from some article. So don't pin me on it. But I'm trying to give you an indication what fits in those cases. So then InWin with another case, the F5, which is an ATX case. It's a bigger case. And then, not sure if you know this brand, I didn't know it, I think it's China or something, Xtia, with the X Proto, what is it, Ruud, XL or?
I don't know.
Oh, the L, okay. Yeah, so, when I saw this case, I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, this is not a case, you can put everything there.
Yeah.
But it's also compatible. Then Vantex, the XT523. This one I found on a Chinese website. Not sure if this will be worldwide or Europe or whatever. Corsair 2 systems, 6500X and the 2500X, both shown, really nice builds. Both shown on CES last week. Then the Mechanic Master, the Cube 30. I didn't know this brand, but they have some nice funny cases. This is for LAN parties. I assume it's only doing micro ATX, but my Chinese was not that good enough. Sama is a Chinese brand from what I know. Well, also the characters in the logo give it away a little bit. So the SAK251 and the SAK701. They actually have a lot more cases because this is the rest of the list with products. So some are only for China. There are also some other brands you might know, Deepcool, Cougar, AData. So yeah, not sure how many, but I would say there are 20 to 30 compatible cases on the market. So this is just the beginning. And those cases you don't have to worry if you purchase one because they can not only support back connect, but if you want to switch to a normal ATX mainboard, or micro ATX mainboard for that matter, it will also fit. For most brands, you know, I still need to wait for confirmation, but I assume this will be possible because it's only logical, right, Ruud?
Yeah, the extra holes don't bother with the ATX one, so
no,
yeah,
indeed.
The normal ones will always fit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's maybe do a giveaway. We're already there, Ruud.
Okay.
Giveaway time. Now I became smaller because I moved the webcam. Anyway, guys, you can win Assassin's Creed Mirage. Go to msi.com/2/insider or on YouTube and Twitch. Click on the Gleam link. And the first winner for today is... nobody. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Let me... yeah. First winner is Lucky 971. Indeed, you're really lucky. Coming days, the game code will be sent to you, Lucky. Congrats. Lucky name, lucky prizes. Okay, so let me check the chats. P615 for the 119. Yeah, I don't have any information. You know, there are some case vendors missing, like Fractal.
Yeah,
I didn't see Be Quiet.
No, not yet.
What is it?
No, Fractal and Be Quiet I didn't see either. No.
And what is a silver?
Silverstone.
Silverstone, indeed.
That should be listed, right?
No, it's not on this list.
Not yet, or it's announced, I think.
Yeah, so because, you know, this takes time, and then indeed we need to see how if this form factor. I don't want, you know, it's not a form factor. That's also a huge problem. We're talking internally about how should we refer this to, because ASUS, what are ASUS calling it?
BTF.
What?
BTF.
BTF.
Yeah, back to front or back to the future. I'm not sure what the slogan exactly means.
We call our products Project Zero or PZ, and we call the concept Back Connect. And I see a lot of those vendors are also adopting Back Connect, or some saying reversed connectors. So there are different names. But yeah, I think if we want to make this succeed as an industry, we need to make sure that you guys can find these products. Because if you go to a price watch or a review or a website, you want to know, okay, I am filtering on Back Connect, and I know this mainboard from MSI works with, in the case of ASUS, for example. That's the ultimate goal. And you know, you have a big list of compatible products here, and the ones I showed you. So yeah, and I think most of them are also compatible with ASUS, but I'm not working for ASUS, so I cannot guarantee that. But yeah, this is work in progress. So we only see a lot of positive reactions, and yeah, that's quite promising. But in order to really make it survive and succeed in the market, more needs to happen than, hey, wow, nice, but I'm not going to buy it. Or, hey, nice, I want to buy it, but I cannot find it because where to look for, you know. So we also need to work really hard on compatibility lists on our website. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We just like it how PC is right now. Brand doesn't matter for form factor.
Somebody's asking, does MSI have a plan to have power supplies with cables on the side instead of the front?
Does MSI, where is the question?
Yeah, it already scrolled up. So.
Okay, so let us talk indeed a little bit about the VJ power connector. I think you're referring to that, right?
No, the power supply itself.
Oh, the power supply itself?
The RMX shift, they seem to have the cable, the connectors on the side instead of the front.
Yeah, I saw that. No comment yet. Means, yeah, nothing at this moment. You need to wait until the next event. And that's not a promise. I mean, I really don't know.
Okay.
If I was AMD or Intel, I would say we never talk about future products. Right? Yeah, let's talk also a little bit about what ASUS is doing with their power connector. For the power connector for the VGA, because VGA they always have two cables. Nowadays one cable with the 16-pin connector. There's a lot of smoke and flames in some Reddit stories about this connector, but I think mostly it's fixed. First of all, we have this yellow connector, so you can push it in, so there's no connection issue anymore if you don't see any yellow. Secondly, there's a new connector. What is it called, Ruud? Of 2x8?
12V 2x6.
Of 2x6, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a weird name because it's still the same connector, just make
No, it's not the same connector. They made some small changes.
Yeah, but it's the successor of the 12 very high power
Worst case,
one.
you should have called version 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like 16 pins, how it should be done the first time. Something like that.
Yeah, let's hope this one won't have any issues.
Yeah, indeed. But at least, you know, they made some improvements over there. So what ASUS did on with some VJ cards, they also have a connector on the mainboard. And, you know, I'm not going to speak for MSI right now, because I don't know our officially story ID. I know we're not going to join that or make that. My own idea is that, you know, yes, it's nice. I mean, it's really innovative. I like the idea that is, you know, you hide the connectors away. The problem over there is that a cheap cable is replaced by a very expensive mainboard, because all the power needs to go through the PCB. So you need to have the lanes in the PCB to isolate it. So that's going to increase cost. Secondly, compatibility. This works on an ATX board. However, if we look to micro ATX or mini ATX, this solution will not work. So I saw they have some separate connector for it. Secondly, so that's
the
thirdly.
graphics card can only work on that board or an ITX one with a cable attached
so your
to the bottom.
compatibility is gone.
Not great.
So I mean, I really like what they did. But I don't think it's the best solution. And if you ask me, do you have a better solution? No.
There are some ideas, and they're already made by some Chinese graphics card vendor. And basically, the cable doesn't have to come on the top of the graphics card. Maybe you can switch to the detailed cam. So nowadays, the cable comes in at the top, which is the most ugly place to put a power connector.
Yeah.
Why don't you put it on the bottom?
Yeah.
Well,
Indeed.
that's easy. Yeah. This is only like a metal fin stack, so you can make a hole through it.
The problem over there is a lot of mainboards have heat sinks, etc. So
no, for the graphic card, it doesn't really matter. And there's always a way to route the cable on the bottom. So there is space. There is an opportunity. Only not many graphics card vendors have taken it as a design choice yet. So yeah, maybe in the future.
Yeah. Anyway, so there are ideas, however, to make it still even, to make it an industry standard again.
What also is with the connector from ASUS, and not really trying to bash ASUS about it, but also we saw with the 180 adapters, like with the two plugs, and you plug in the cable. It's not the greatest connector in the first place. So adding two more connections to it, so the cable to the adapter and then the adapter to the graphics card, that's an extra connection that can go wrong. So there's extra risk there. And the same goes for the motherboard from Asus, because the cable goes into the motherboard, which is one connection. And then the graphic card has to slot into the PCI Express, and then the power slot, which is another connection. So adding more risk to a not so great connector in the first place, I would avoid it if I could.
Yeah. So you know, I mean, we also want to move into a more let's say cable-free PC, which probably also involves the GPU liquid cooling. SSDs don't have cables, huh? That's already a good step.
Not yet.
Oh yeah,
they get hot enough.
yeah. You talked about our liquid-cooled SSD last week.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, but so yeah, we agree there needs to be a solution. Personally, I don't think this is the best solution if you look at cost effective and compatibility. Still, it's a really nice and innovative idea. So yeah, needs more time. And then, you know, the ecosystem is very young. So I'm sure the more people have this, the more feedback, the more ideas, the more other problems or wishes will come to the market. Okay, let's talk. I mean, Rich, I need to hurry a bit because you need to start building.
Yeah, okay.
How long will a PC build take for you? Like 10 minutes?
No, I think 20, something like
Oh,
that.
wow, you're quick. Okay.
No, that's, yeah.
So maybe we need to do you blindfolded one time.
Blindfolded, that would be interesting.
Oh, take your glasses off. Maybe that's enough.
Yeah.
So on CES last week also you saw the interest of system integrators. I think on the left I need to cheat a little bit. So the left is a main gear, zero drop it's called. It's like it seems in a Thermaltake case. Then the middle one is a Corsair. I think, it's a Oblivion. I think that's also a system SI from US.
But that looks like our case.
No, that's a Corsair. Middle one, the white one is a Corsair case, and the right one is main gear in a custom case from them. I think it's called NV9 or something. I'm not familiar with their lineup and systems, but yeah, they look awesome as well. So you also see from system integrators and OEMs there is interest. So you will see this more and more in the market, especially in those high price builds where you have a liquid cooling, custom liquid cooling. I mean, you want to see you don't want to see the cables. So there's a landing page if you want to go to it. There's more information. You can also download the DXF files, the AutoCAD files, so you can make your own tray at home. Not sure if that's useful, but you can. Let's talk a little bit about mainboards. Ruud, you have this one over there?
Yep. B650.
No box this time. Very good.
I already unpacked it.
Yeah,
we showed it earlier.
Yeah. So I'm not like Michiel. Ruud, maybe you know the specs. Michiel always knows them by heart.
What specs do you need?
All the specs. Anyway, I will cheat. So first of all, back connect. You can see that on the back side of the mainboard. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. It's a 10+2 phase. Direct power, 80 watt SPS phases. PCI Express 4, 2 M.2 slots with M.2 Frozzer, at least, both of them. Realtek 2.51, AMD Wi-Fi 6E, and USB 20 gig. That's, in short, micro ATX. No, this one is not PCI Express Gen 5 because it's AMD B650.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be that easy.
At the moment, the M.2s are still at the top, top part, but there seems to be already some space, or at least in the definition of the DXF file, there's some hole for M.2 on the back as well. Yeah. At least for the ATX one. Yeah. But I haven't seen motherboards with that yet.
No, that's a little bit the problem with, we have mainboards. What's the record on our mainboard? 6, 7 M.2s? I think.
But anyway, I think 7, yeah.
A lot, yeah, indeed.
But
so
is that with the add-on card or not?
Could be. I really don't know. Yeah. It's like we're talking about
I think 5
like.
is quite common now.
Yeah, and that's the point. You know, you in the past people were complaining, oh, I only have 6 SATA, I need 8 or I need 10. Well, now this is the case with SSDs, M.2s.
Yeah.
You need more connectors, and the next step is to move them to the back. We already do that on the mini ITX boards.
Yeah.
And even we do them like sandwich, piggyback, on top of each
also.
other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the solutions. But if we also move in the future to Gen 5, cooling will be a huge issue.
Depends if the next generation, Gen 5, will be more power economic.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
But then there will be Gen 6.
Yeah, of course. Or there will be slower Gen 5 that don't consume as much power. The DRAM-less version of the Phison should be less power. So.
Yeah. I was looking at a fancy Pano case. Well, no, there will be a Pano 100, which without the M, which is ATX. So then we have the B760. That's another mainboard, Ruud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Mike can talk about hours about those specs.
B760, I still need to unpack. That's the one we're going to use for build. So.
Yes. Did you already test it?
Sorry?
Did you already test the mainboard?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good, good. At least we have a live one.
Yeah. Always test first outside of the case.
Yeah, so this is a 12 plus 1 75 amp SPS. This one has PCI Express Gen 5. If we look for the VGA, for the GPU, well, that doesn't make any performance difference, you all know that. Instead, we have RGB connectors, so you can make it look faster. There's 2 M.2, Gen 4 again, same like the AMD one. Yeah. And Realtek LAN 2.5 gig, Wi-Fi 6E, Intel, and USB 20 gig, Type-C on the back. Maybe also on the front, not sure about that.
On the front.
Yeah, and you see the connectors on the back. Yeah, the back connect.
How to hold this one?
Yeah, how to hold it.
Or that way. I think this is the most
also new
common
for us. So all the connectors on the back, and this one we're going to use later for building. Then Ruud, we have the Z790.
Yep. Okay. But I already put it back in the box. This is there to hide my other stuff.
Billy Wonder is saying Amazon should make a 2-DIMM board with a good VRM that's affordable. I have a suggestion for you, but I'm not allowed to say because it's NDA. I think it will launch. Ooh, I don't know. But it's probably only for China. But watch out. If you see it, you will know it. Okay, so this is the Z790 Project Zero. Again, the back connectors, 14 plus 1 power phase, 55 amps. Yeah, this one has PCI Express Gen 5 on the for the GPU again. M.2 all Gen 4, but 4 times for 4 M.2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see them. Below the 0, you can find 2. All with heatsink. Again, Intel 2.5 gig LAN, and this time Wi-Fi 7. So this is one of the Wi-Fi 7 boards. And Lightning 20 gig. Lightning USB 20 gig. So we're not going to use this one because this one does not fit in our case.
Exactly.
Unfortunately. Okay, thanks Ruud. Let's talk a little bit about our the cases. So this one we're going to use today. The Pano 100. I think the right one is from Computex, the left one I don't know where they made this build. So this is only micro ATX for both normal micro ATX and back connect micro ATX. So yeah, maybe later we will talk about this if we have the case, some features. But in the bottom you see there are 4 different cases. 2 black and white, 2 black, 2 white, but also with fan and without fan. That's the big difference between those cases. 100R, oh sorry, I should say M100R, the M is micro ATX, and M100L without the, maybe L is light, without the RGB.
Yeah,
because
without
that's
the
R.
fans and without the RGB hub, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Then, and this one will come in February, is the Pano M. Oh, that's wrong. It's not M100, it's 100. Let me fix that, not to confuse you. Like this. Pano 100, Project Zero. So again, left side is a build from CES. I thought it really looked nice with in gold color, gold and black, with the RGB lights in goldish, yellowish color. I could not find a nice photo. On video it looked really nice, but I couldn't find a photo that I said yes, looks like what I saw in the video. So I took this one instead. On the right side you see another build.
Are those the fans that come with a case?
Yes.
Oh, they look nice.
I should say yes. I don't know.
Let's hope so.
I don't know. I don't know. No, to be honest, I don't know. I don't think so, Ruud.
Maybe it's just a build for the CES.
Yeah, because this one comes with 4 fans installed, and I don't think it's the magnetic fans you saw. Those installed are the magnetic fans.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is basically the same case, same specs, only you can fit an ATX board inside. And the rest is more or less the same. Of course, you lose some space for the PSU, etc. And then this one, last week you saw it as well. This is the Maestro 700 PL, which has a curved front of tempered glass. Maybe we should, if this breaks, maybe we should test if this breaks as well. Anyway, Ruud, I think it's time to start building.
Okay, no problem.
Maybe we talk a little bit about the case as well.
Yeah,
How many FPS does a Dragon add? Not sure, we never tested. No, sorry Alan, without Plus Dragon, Plus Lucky. We have one here, I guess, somewhere, not sure. Where did we leave a Lucky? Oh, over there. Ruud put his bag on Lucky.
Where's the Lucky?
In the corner below your bag.
Oh, that one. That one.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Your bag, your rucksack. Your backpack.
The backpack?
Your backpack, where is it?
There.
Yeah, it's on top of Lucky. You're killing it. No, 13.
So. So where should we start to show it?
Well, you are the expert in building case, so where should we start? I mean, that's up to you.
Well, let's start on the back. So this panel just comes off.
I can maybe do this on the close-up cam.
Yeah, so there's like notches here, and that will just click in to some receptacles here, the plastic ones.
Yeah.
And then move this out of the way. Then we should see the holes. I can also take this panel off. This is the glass panel that's on the other side. When you build a PC, just make it yourself comfortable. So remove everything that's not necessary, and I'll also remove the top. Normally you don't need to remove the top if you use an air cooler, but if you want to fit a radiator like we do today, then...
So it's always undress the case.
Yeah, undress it, yeah, basically, yes. So in the back we see the holes, the cutouts, where the motherboard connectors will come.
Can you maybe hold the mainboard on the other side that we see already?
Yeah, yeah. I'll move this bag out of the way. That's
okay.
The
Yeah, I cannot wait.
With it. No. Didn't remove it yet. The motherboard we're going to use. That's the AMD one. Where did I put the Intel one? Back in its box.
The small one, not the big one.
Yeah. Okay, let's... Normally I would not put the motherboard in when the...
Yeah, no, it is just a demo that people see.
Yeah.
That the holes are indeed aligned, most of them at least, with the connectors on the back of the main board.
Yeah, it should be aligned now because the motherboards are... there's like 2 standoffs where the motherboard rests on, and they have an edge which fit inside
like a glove.
Yeah, like a glove, yeah. And then you know that the motherboard is fitted correctly. So that's an extra guide. But normally I would put the case on its side and then put the motherboard in, because then you don't have to hold it like I do now.
Let gravity do its work.
Yeah, for demonstration purposes we'll do it like this.
Yeah.
But normally I would always work with gravity instead of fighting it.
Oh guys, by the way, you can bet, will Ruud's system work or not?
Yeah, will it boot or not?
Yeah, first time, right?
First time that I built it in a Pano case or in a back connect case, I would say. This case has never been built yet, so.
Of course it will. Look, what a
I've tested
confidence.
the motherboard, so now what can go wrong, right? We'll see on live stream. So.
Superkaart is saying first time luck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, first time. Is this your first time on stream?
On stream.
Building it.
Building, yeah. Normally I have a test bench with me. Well, the thing is, the normal ATX fit nicely on a test bed, but this one doesn't. So I put like a cardboard box in the middle of the motherboard, and then lay the motherboard on top of it, so I can connect the cables from the bottom. Mm-hmm. So it's slightly different for editors and yeah, like the engineers that need to test the boards. But other than that, it's fine. So this is the back, and you can see there's also like a fan and RGB hub already here. So that's good. And we can hide everything with cables on this side. So on the other side, it looks nice. That's the idea.
Maybe you can also show that in these back connect cases or Project Zero cases, that there is more space on this side. So the tray.
Oh, right, yeah. So basically you will have like, it's hard to, I'll put the motherboard down for a minute.
Oh yeah, sorry, you were still holding it.
I'm still holding it, I didn't screw it in yet. So basically there's a little bit more space, and that's this area here. Even there's like a metal tray here, where you can place like a 2.5 SSD, and there's even space for a 3.5 inch hard drive. So
ooh, that's an old backup if you were still using that.
Yeah, but it still fits. There were like some text here on it, and it showed HDD. So I was thinking, hey, is that like a full 3.5 inch hard drive? And yeah, it does fit. Also, with the case closed, it still fits. So that's the extra space you were mentioning. And that's because they've reserved a little bit more space also for cabling, which in some cases, normal ATX cases, that could be a challenge, because especially the 24-pin, that's always a very big bundle of cables, and sometimes it's hard to move it around the corner. Yeah. And sometimes that will give you a little bit of a bulge on the side. Yeah,
I think I saw also cases, not sure if they have a particular name, but I also saw cases on CES from other vendors which put the mainboard tray almost in the middle of the case. Of course, they are a little bit more thicker, but this also means that
wider. That's also what we saw with the Pano 100, so the full ATX one. Yeah. Then you will have the power supply on the back of the motherboard, not on the bottom tray.
Indeed. Yeah.
So it can be a little bit lower, but wider.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have even more space for not doing cable management, but because
you can throw a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's what this is for, right?
Yeah.
Hiding the mess.
Hiding is always good, right? As long as it works and looks nice on the side you want to show.
Unal is saying the M.2 disk is positioned very poorly on motherboards. GPU blows air on the M.2.
I will pop off the front as well. Sometimes you just need some force to get it off. Usually it's just moving it to the front, then it's always okay. Because of the little clips are to make it visible, but these will just are split pins that will just hold in inside those round holes here. And
close.
the benefit of this case is, of course, you will have the whole area open, so you can can put it nicely here. You don't have to watch your hands really closely and do stuff. Even this one is still very sturdy. If you push here, it's still very strong. It's
Can I try?
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, no problem.
I have like a reputation.
Yeah, I know. But this one is really strong.
Okay.
It surprised us that it had so much rigidity in it while having such a big hole here, but it's still good.
Skeet's asking, is this glass or plexi?
This is glass.
It's tempered glass.
Tempered glass, yeah. It's not that heavy.
Can you do the test? I don't know how you call that.
There's still some protective foil on it, so remove that part because that will sound like plastic. I'm not sure if it will pick up. Maybe I need something metal. Hopefully I'm not damaging it.
Okay.
Does it sound like glass?
Yeah.
To me it does. Probably there's now 2 scratches on it. No, just kidding.
So, the close-up cam is a bit yellow, so I'm going to try to fix that. One moment.
Okay.
Kubi, these are the last seconds of a live stream.
Still, yeah, we still have video, yeah?
Yeah, we still have. Yeah,
You're messing with the...
You can continue.
Yeah. White balance, okay.
It's a blue case.
That's really blue, yeah.
It's
that's really
a yellow
yellow.
case.
Somewhere in between would be good.
This okay?
Is pretty okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If that monitor is accurate, yes.
So
if you start building, just lay it on its side, then you don't have to hold the motherboard. Then gravity
in this quality cam, it looks even wider.
Yeah, before you put the motherboard in, I always recommend to put the CPU on first, and also the M.2 and the DIMMs. So I'm going to put those on first. Let's move this one out of the way.
No, Skeets, I'm looking at a professional now how this should be done. I'm learning.
It's
learning mode.
It's not that hard.
So you have a retail CPU, or is it again an engineering sample?
It's an engineering sample. It was shipped from HQ to us.
Yeah, Ruud always gets engineering samples.
Usually we do, yeah. The retails only sometimes if it goes through Intel, but lately most of them are engineering samples.
Oh, what I'm going to tune the hell out of this.
Unscrewing the M.2 heatsink.
Because it's still doing autofocus. Ah, it should have autofocus. Oh, it's not. Strange.
So now the CPU and M.2 are in. Also using 2 DIMMs. These are G-Skill, the silver ones.
Oh, Germoek, please leave your address. We will ship you a free game PC. No problem. I still have too many. Nah, I'm joking. Will the power of the GPU go through the mainboard? No, Edwin. No. This will go via the normal PCI Express 16 cable.
So I'm going to screw back the M.2 heatsink.
Yeah, you make it look easy. I'm going to do another giveaway, Ruud.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
Draw winners. Only have winners today. Draw.
Normally, don't forget to peel off the thermal pad of the foil. On the thermal pad, there's usually a protective foil, and you should remove that if you're building a permanent system. This is just for demo purposes, so I'm not going to remove it, so we can use it the next time as well. And it's an M480. Doesn't need that much cooling. It's not a Gen 5.
So
SSD.
Next winner is B Prime 25. Congrats. I hope our email can reach you.
Okay, there's my screwdriver.
And with the loyalty bonus. Thanks B Prime 25.
Okay, so now we're going to put the motherboard in. There's like two, I'm not sure if I can show that on the detail cam really well, but there's like the standoffs. These are already on the right positions for micro ATX. This one doesn't, it's not fitted for a full ATX one, so they're always in the correct position. Mini ITX would also fit, but yeah, probably you will want a smaller case for that kind of motherboard. These standoffs have some kind of edge on it that will fall into the hole of the mounting hole of the motherboard, and this one has that as well. So you know when it's in the correct position.
Hey, on marketing, can we say this is powered by AI or something?
Oh, sure. If you're doing the AI, then yes, that would be okay.
Yeah, so Edwin K is saying something interesting. When are the water cooling already installed in cases like fans? I think this will not happen. I mean, with pre-builds, of course, you will have that, but then it's not really pre-installed. You just get a finished system.
Okay.
But with liquid cooling, I mean, it's a little bit about RGB, what you prefer. It's also about what socket, what mainboard you're going to run. Of course, it's all compatible. But I don't think that will happen.
Okay.
But we can propose. Any word, more peanut butter on Twitch, any word when 10 gig will become standard and spread to more boards. The problem with 10 gig is that, you know, it's still quite expensive. I mean, yes, at this moment it's only on high-end boards, but you need to look at the total infrastructure, especially the switches. If you now look at routers, you see more routers coming up in the coming year with 110 gig uplink. But normally you see those routers still have 1 gigabit for all the other ports on the back. And this is because, not because of the ports are expensive. The problem is that the processing power to process the data, that's expensive. You know, those CPUs, that's why those 10 gig switches are really expensive. You need to have a processor inside, needs to be cooled. So yeah, the mainboard is only small part of the total ecosystem. But I agree. I mean, we see, well, no ISP supports 10 gig. Well, in Holland, they already have 8. So they have like, I think, Ruud, maybe you can help me. I think at least they have 1, you know, fiber, 1 gig. They have 5 and 8. Is there something between 1 and 5, Ruud, if you know?
I'm not sure, but the 8 is only available in certain locations, and also from one provider only, right? Yeah.
And
but that's the future, right?
Yeah, and cabling can also go up to those speeds because it has to do with what if, do you know what the standard is called, what they use on cables?
XPS COM or something, I'm not really familiar.
And yeah, you know, there are different versions, and it has to do with how fast the optical signal, no, not optical, one moment, let me Google that. DOCSIS, right?
No, DOCSIS is cable modem.
Yeah. So it had something to do with that, DOCSIS.
No.
Is this available for those in the US? If you're referring to Project Zero, yes.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to put the
bracket for the liquid cooling
water cooler from the Intel on it.
Guys, who said it in the chat? We want to win our bet.
It's not a big problem if you forget, because there's like a removable panel on the back, and you can still access it. So It's not a huge problem. I need to rotate it again.
We are French. Oui.
Oui?
Oui.
Mais oui. So now we have the water cooler bracket on as well. So that's better, and we should use the M3 screws to screw the motherboard to the metal tray.
Weizenberg GPU will come later. I think, Ruud, what do we have? 4080, 4070?
4070 Ti, Gaming X Trio White.
You can see the specs at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
There's some sort of animated banner. So Kevin is watching from the Philippines while working. That's
While
not good. I
working?
hope you're not a
Okay.
bus driver. I hope you're sitting behind your desk and doing some Excel work or something. Monica is writing articles about GPUs. Maybe about the new supers. So, Ruud, you're still the manual screwdriver guy? Not like...
For single build, yeah, one is...
That's only
manual
for
is
mass
fine,
builds.
manual is fine. Sometimes the screws are not really the metal anymore.
I know.
So if you have a magnetic screwdriver, it doesn't stick to it. So
I hate the... Or I used to hate the M.2 screw. And that one, indeed, in that location.
yeah.
So but you have more. Can you turn the case a little bit that you can see the holes at the top? So with this, sorry. Angle it a little bit where your hand went in.
This one?
No. It's like this. You already
Rotate
did it.
it?
You already did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
maybe it's called rotating, indeed. Yeah. So on top there of the mainboard, where you just put in the screw. I mean, with the holes in the top, this is way more easy.
Yeah. Also, if you remove the top panel and the front panel, that
Undress
just give
the
yourself
case.
as much space as you
That's
can.
what I learned today.
Make it yourself comfortable. So normally I would rotate the case towards me, so that would be more convenient for me. But then it's hard to see what I'm doing. So that's different than I would normally do it. We can put the power supply in now, but it can also be later because the cables are not here anymore. So we can also start with the water cooling now.
So basically, this might also change the order of how you build.
Yeah, because like you said, with especially the two 8-pin power for the CPU, which are on this side normally. If you put a radiator in, you cannot access that part anymore. So first you need to do the power supply and then the radiator. So that order is already fixed in a normal ATX one. With this one it doesn't matter because those cables come from the back. I can always access it later, so not a problem. So already liking this build more than the regular one.
Okay, that's good.
More convenient.
If Ruud likes something, it should be good.
Then we of course have still some cable management, because if you look at the...
So Ruud, we are now 1 hour and 50 minutes in, and so far we didn't lie. We are
didn't
building
lie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're building a
new
zero
record,
cable
right?
PC build. And what are you now going to do?
Just put
Hide
the cables to the back, because we can hide them there.
Okay.
So cable management is basically throw everything to the back and then shoot. Should be good, shouldn't be in sight. But sometimes you need like 3 hands for it.
So 3 GPUs is asking on TikTok, will there be an X Trio of the 4080 Super? All the X Trios are already listed on the website, except one. And that's the Expert GPU, which you saw last week on Computex.
CES.
Oh, sorry, yeah, indeed, sorry. I'm jet lagged, Ruud.
Were you there? Jet lagged.
What is MSI Thunderbird? I really don't know.
Thunderbird?
Yeah?
Don't know. No.
I know Claw,
Claw.
not Thunderbird.
If you put the screws in bags, then you will need an extra hand or teeth.
Yeah. Wow.
I already put the bracket from Intel on the water block, and also put the fans already in. I'm using the fans as an outtake, so it will just blow air through the top from the case outside. Yeah.
And any reason why you why you position the tubes at the front, and why not on the rear?
You can do both, but then you have a very small area here.
Oh yeah, then they will start rattling.
Between these two fans, there's not a lot of space, and these tubes are a bit thicker, so it might fit, but it might also clash with the...
Yeah.
And then it's harder to position them.
Yeah.
So normally I would just put this back right up, so the top towards the ceiling, because then you can screw in the rest of the screws much easier.
This is not let gravity do its work.
Yes, it is, because the screws will work with gravity. And the radiator already...
Maybe I have a different kind of gravity at home.
Oh, that's possible. You can slide the radiator slightly forwards as well. So
yeah, because they're not holes, are
like the tubes. You will get more space if you move it forward.
Yeah.
So it might fit, but...
Why do you plan the first legal gaming AI cheat PC, which will destroy online gaming? Hurrah, on YouTube. Well, I think that's a good point. What you're,
Oh no, it cannot go any further.
Yes, for sure. People will cheat with it. And yes, this will open up possibilities. We're talking about the monitor we talked about last week during CES. We introduced a monitor which has AI and can detect on the panel where, for example, things are happening. For example, your light bar, and then you can also, with deep learning, display your light bar on the LED bar, which is below the monitor. But also on the minimap, it can detect enemies and highlight this in the field already for the player. So he doesn't have to switch between minimap and things. And more things are possible. What I want to say about that, what's even worse is that some players have these kind of tools without that you know about it. So you remember in the past, some esporters, they modified their mouse. They had some special mice to play with, even with building shortcuts, etc. There will always be people who cheat. And I totally agree with you. This is, for online esports, meaning from home, tournaments, this can, I don't say will, but this will add an extra complicated layer. Is it detectable? To be honest, I don't know. I don't have enough information about this monitor, but I know your concerns. I totally agree with it because I never use these kind of cheat tools. We also have the Corsair on the what is it called? The OSD, on the monitor, but also cheating. I was talking about the mice. In the past, people also put tape in the middle of the screen, to know where to aim. So it's not an easy topic, and now it's MSI, but this would have come up from anybody, other vendors, and for sure there will be other vendors. So yeah, I share your concern, for sure, because I used to play competitive gaming. Not that I was good, but anyway, I was playing Battlefield competitive, and I joined that. It was always online. I enjoyed that really a lot. The good old days. So yeah, I know your point. That's all I can say. But we're digging in, for more information from HQ. When, how, what, and then what really the limits are. And I'm 100% sure if this will hit the market, or if we can get a sample, we will do a live stream and we will go more in depth. And maybe we talk about the people who designed this, if they also have some countermeasurements. That's now, yeah, Ruud, I know you want to build your PC.
No, I just want to show that, put the cooling paste on. Normally I'll do like a small rectangle.
You're not a small...
I'm not a cross or guy or, or whatever. Okay. No, I just make a rectangle of what I think is the hottest part of the CPU. So yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. So Uncle Helio is saying go back to LAN events. Yeah, I mean that used to be very normal. The problem is more of those competitions, they're based on tiers, and in the end, you know, they have a physical event in a tournament. Yeah. And people want to watch, you know, they pay a lot of money to watch those kind of events. And also with COVID, you know, then a lot of those tournaments, they went online. Yeah, so at home. And to be honest, you know, I only saw what you guys saw from CES. What I saw, I don't think it's that huge benefit, you know. To be honest, I don't play LoL. I think it was League of Legends they showed it on. So I cannot really comment how much big of a difference it is. I play FPS games, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, those kind of games. And yeah, I can also imagine that over there, it can maybe, I'm speculating, right? It can maybe help with auto spotting, something on the map. But still, you need to kill them. It's all about putting hours in the game, improving your gameplay, playing smart. So yeah, it will help, but the real top players, I think, will in the end survive. There are worse cheats, but I don't want to, you know, make it small or something. Anyway, that's a topic for a later date when we maybe go more in depth. And then maybe I can win with cheats from Michiel in Unreal tournaments. Who knows? Yeah,
we
Mankit
already
is also
lied.
saying Fortnite, you have the audio clues. So around you, you see the direction from which the footsteps or the audio is coming.
But what's the time? Because we're now gonna lie because we're gonna see the cables of the water.
No,
pump.
I will cut away. I will do maybe I'll do a giveaway while you do the cables, Ruud. then nobody knows.
No, so yeah, this one has cables towards the water pump. One is for the pump itself, and the other one is for the RGB light on it. So I cannot really cut them off. Yeah, we can, but then the pump wouldn't work anymore.
If you cut them off, it's wireless. It's cable free.
Yeah, but then the cooling wouldn't be very good anymore. I'm just trying to manage it a little bit. All right.
Because why not on TikTok wants to build a PC? Can I have please some parts? Yeah, you need to earn money and work for it.
Really?
I also told my son, he had a PlayStation 4 and he wants to play games on the PC. I said, yeah, you need to look for some job. And ask your dad for more how do you say it? Money? Allowance? His dad said no.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is as little wires as we can show.
Yeah. So we have on top, if you look at the pump from the over there. Yeah. You see a small cable running from
here there's like two cables.
Yeah.
Very close together.
Yeah.
And they connect to the back.
There are also solutions for this we're working on, but the tubes will stay a problem. Yeah, and in the back, this is Ruud's cable management.
Yeah, so far this is what we see. The biggest things we see is, of course, the fan connectors and also the RGB. So luckily, this one has a RGB hub, so normally you can just plug it one and the other, and then they will share the same effect. Basically, all things you want to probably sync up. So yeah. And then
so if you look at the back, there is a hub for RGB and fans, so you can easily connect everything to each other.
Yeah. So
normally, this fan of this case comes with 3 fans installed at the front and 1 at the rear. Yeah. And those 3, maybe Ruud, can you show the inside? Sorry, I interrupted your cable management story. No, yeah, I think this is quite interesting. They are reversed blade fans. Yeah. So the the cross, let's say what you normally see in front of a cooler, is not there anymore. It's on the back side, but it's still pull in
inwards.
air. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, while the fans on the
top
on the radiator,
yeah,
those blow outside. So the mounting of the motor in the middle, normally a fan would blow towards that that construction, and this one will be in reverse, so it will suck out air from the outside and blow it inwards. So that's why they call it reverse blade. So
yeah.
So if you want to replace these fans, you also should do that, or flip them around. So, but then you will see the construction.
And this, of course, is for aesthetics.
This is for aesthetics.
Yeah. So a special type of fan.
So the fans from the case will connect to the fan hub part, and they will spin the same speed when you control them. And there's like one PWM in connector from it, also a power connector, and I think this one is the one you plug into the motherboard. I will undo the zip tie here, and also one addressable RGB connector that will go onto the motherboard.
Yeah.
The RGB hub itself also has RGB effects. You can switch with the button.
Oh, then I need to go to the different. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought it was on top. You're right.
No, this one is on the bottom. Yeah. So there's a LED button, and that will connect to the RGB hub as well, and that will come in with a cable that is shown here with LED.
Yeah.
And that's the default. So normally, if you would run it the first time, then the RGB hub will control the fans RGB. But the motherboard and the graphics card and also the radiator will be controlled by the motherboard. So you have two RGB controllers. And if you hold the LED button for a longer time, then it will switch to the motherboard control. But then don't forget to plug in this one into your motherboard.
Yeah.
So
motherboard, basically, the hub can connect 4 RGB fans. Four RGB connectors, 4 fan connectors, and it has 3 other cables, 1 for power, 1 for RGB, 1 for the fan controller, and then 1 for extra power, right, Ruud?
Yeah, the
SATA.
extra power is probably to power the fans. So
yeah, so that's 4.
Maybe also the LEDs, I'm not sure, but usually the LEDs can also be powered by the motherboard addressable RGB.
Ruud, I'm going to do another giveaway.
Okay.
I think we're running out of time.
I'll mess about with the cables now.
Talk too much. Next winner, Coloram. With a C, Coloram, congrats. You also get a copy of Assassin's Creed Mirage. And we have more to give away. If you go to msi.com/2/insider or on YouTube and Twitch, you can click on the Gleam link. Do your thing. I joined 2 weeks ago as well, but I didn't win. I was at home. I thought, let's try. No good luck. That was OLED live
Could
stream.
you win a monitor?
No, I
okay.
wish.
Yeah. I should join too.
Yeah. So can we see anything in the close-up? Nah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna connect the fan controller, the fan hub.
Thomas on YouTube is asking what is the name of the fans, the reverse blade fans. I think they're just
question. Yeah.
Just I don't know what the official name or model is, but it's just search for reverse blade fans. Or buy this case. ARGB. Ruud? Yes, this is all ARGB, right?
Yeah, yes, all. Yeah. There's no regular one anymore. There's one interesting pin. This is the normal function pin connector, which goes to the JFP1 connector on an MSI motherboard. That's where the reset and also the power button, and in this case the LED button can also function as a reset button. If you are gonna let the motherboard control the addressable RGB, you can just unplug the LED cable from the controller, from the RGB hub, and just plug it into here, and then it will function as a reset button. It will just be connected to the reset pins on the motherboard.
Interesting.
But
is that in the manual, or is this skills from you?
This should be in the manual,
okay.
Yes. I'm not sure about this part yet. But first you need to leave it on, because you need to tell the RGB controller that you want the motherboard to run the RGB for you. And then you have to hold the LED button for a couple of seconds.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So, and then you can move the cable if you require a reset button.
I still like to have a reset button on my PC.
Yeah, it can come in handy sometimes.
Because then I'm in charge.
Yeah, but you can just unplug the power.
And
as well.
I'm quite, you know, I don't want to wait for my PC. So sometimes I'm like, okay, reset, next, next try. I know I should not do that.
Normally waiting is also good, yeah.
Nastya Sinclair is asking, hey, I bought an MSI Z490 gaming cabinet Wi-Fi, and after 6 months the LAN connector stopped working. Also the Wi-Fi is not working. Well, that means that you don't have any internet connection. I suggest you to contact, I'm not sure from which region you are, but contact MSI support. Ruud, do you know the URL?
It should be account.msi.com.
Okay.
So that should be the correct one.
And there are people who can help you. If you have a serial number from the product or you register product, then they know what they're talking about, and they can help you to either solve the problem or maybe RMA the board. Not sure if it's a software or an hardware issue.
If both Wi-Fi and LAN stop working at the same time, I would think it's software, but that's just me guessing here. So.
Okay, so I mean, Ruud is our engineer, so he knows how to solve these technical problems. Please uninstall all drivers and go to the product page of Z490 Gaming and install the latest drivers for both LAN and Wi-Fi you can find over there. Because what Ruud says is correct. There are two different chips. If they both have a problem, it's quite strange.
Yeah. It could,
hey,
could
maybe
happen.
It's already fixed in 1 hour.
Yeah, could happen through live Windows updates and stuff like that. You never know.
The real problem is that you don't have any internet connection, so you need to have a different PC with a USB key.
Something, yeah. I'm just going to put the power supply in.
LFP Gaming is saying, my friend who smokes has a white case. After 2 years, it's yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, time for the power supply.
Yeah, I just gonna try this the hard way for me, but yeah,
so
better visible way. So.
You pushing all those cables on the side, I already have the idea like, okay, maybe the power supply should still go first.
No, the cables are not a problem. It's just, normally I would rotate it towards me, then I can just easy access it, but then you don't see what I'm doing.
It's still a bit yellow-ish.
The power supply looks a bit yellow, which in reality is not as white as the case. So the power supply you should screw in with it's a US thread screw. It's not the M3, so the more coarse threaded screw. Yeah. I'm not sure what the name is. You can look it up. No.
At home, I have a big bag of all kinds of screws, and I'm always missing the one for the, the ones you're putting in.
I also have a bag with those two M3 and the coarse ones. Yeah.
Who won the Gleam giveaway? Yeah, it's still running. Last winner was Celeram. Or Coloram. Yeah, Coloram. Should be Coloram. Use pearl. No, it looks like that. I mean, it's in the main cam you see it's still white. Ish. But it's not as white as the others.
White-ish.
Yeah.
So first we're gonna put the what's the 12V 2x6?
Bit lower.
That's the new name, right? So we need to get this through here somewhere. So that's the cable we're always going to see, and the rest we're going to hide.
So
on
that's
the
for the
back.
GPU.
That's for the GPU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
Yeah, that's
24
true.
pin can be hidden quite conveniently.
Kevin's eye hurt after 10 hours of working and still counting. Oh, you're going to make money, my friend. I feel like some cables should come with a 90-degree adapter, like the USB cable.
Yeah, that's also what we said.
So we're also giving feedback to HQ, and then we're working on the next generation. I also already saw in some internal email, some people they like soldered some cables together. I was like, no, not this way.
That's probably not the way.
Yeah.
Because soldering usually is not best for.
What controller is that? The game controller. That's the MSI controller.
Oh, we can put this one here. Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
I don't know. You put it here, so.
Yeah, Ruud. I mean, we want to play Crisis if it's really working. That's I think. Oh, you want
I think
to
it's
that
a dummy
cam?
because it's so light.
Yeah.
There's no.
I think that's like Forge GC30. There's a wireless and a wired version.
Yeah, the wired is GC20 and the wireless is GC30.
Yeah.
But it feels quite light. Is this the real thing?
That's the real thing, yeah.
Oh,
but you're not a gamer.
That's
so
true,
we don't
that's
trust
true.
your answer like it's light.
That's true, that's true. You're absolutely right. I was watching some retro stuff, and TechSpot had an article about Prince of Persia, which was
a new
the
game.
first game that I don't think it came with a PC, but it's when I was younger we copied floppies from people at school, and yeah.
This was like on a 286, right? Prince of Persia,
Yeah,
386?
exactly, yeah, 286.
Yeah. What was that?
That's a long time ago.
VESA local bus?
Yeah, I had a VESA local bus, indeed, yeah.
Hercules graphics or something?
Hercules, yeah, the black and white. So that was already a step up from the amber or the green monitors. Yeah.
we should call this live stream Old People Gaming.
Yeah, and some of my classmates, they already had EGA graphics, so they had color, right?
EGA?
Yeah,
I don't remember
EGA.
that.
So then later I bought a VJ card, which was already VJ, but that at the time is like 640 by 480 with 16 colors. So with a palette of 256 colors possible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, 3DFX, that's much later.
Yeah, that's much later. Yeah.
3DFX, I think that's even after like Pentium 90 time. No, I'm not sure. No, it should be earlier.
No.
Yeah, really,
Much later.
Pentium?
It's PCI, so yeah, it's about the same time.
Oh,
I would
about the
say.
same time. Okay, yeah. So Pentium 90,
Yeah.
300 Celeron, 300A. Uh-oh. We have somebody on X, Johan Smetberg. He's saying, a lot of cables there.
There's a lot of cables there, but luckily.
Yeah. He saw the title of live stream. He thinks, okay, let's join.
No cables.
Yeah, he didn't get a warning.
No. Yeah, we're lying about that there were no cables, but we're trying to not
so
make
Voodoo
them visible
2 was
too much.
mid-90s.
But
Senior
Prince
gamers.
of Persia, that was one of the first games we played.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff.
And the Larry games, but that was already a color.
I was never a fan of those because it
No,
took
you need
too
to
much
read.
time.
Yeah.
So
Space
now we
Racer.
have this cable mess, which you think it's not really nicely routed. No, I'm not really a fan of cable management.
Okay, so
just
never
put
invite
the-
Ruud for
put the
cable
cover
management.
on, and then you don't see it anymore.
Yeah, true
right?
that.
So let's move to this part. So this is the visible
Still no
side.
cables.
Actually, we only need to put in the graphics card, and then we should have a working PC.
Should
Actually,
have.
it should already be working with no cables because the CPU already has integrated graphics. But
Oh yeah, AGP and AGP4X. Oh, those are the old days.
yeah, the good old days.
Yeah. Yeah, no RGB, that's true.
Yeah, but
The only IB
remember those case mods with those fluorescent tubes? That
Yeah,
was also
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And the acrylic cases, which had acrylic everywhere, so
Yeah.
you couldn't hide cables any place. So that was a mess, or a mess. You could see exactly what was going on. Oh, I need to remove another one.
So Evolutions 007 is saying, can you remove the metal plate with the little holes? Oh, you mean the dust filter? Ruud.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you can just take it off like this. It's with magnets.
So the little holes stay there.
Yeah,
He's talking about little holes in the bottom of the PC, I guess.
Yeah, there's like a mesh a pattern here, and that will draw in air, and then the dust filter can come off.
Yeah.
There's also a filter on the top, but the top is just attached to the plastic one. So the plastic cover. So this is the mesh, and if you want to clean it, you just have to use the vacuum cleaner and suck the dust out. Also from this side.
Yeah.
So it already comes off quite easily. Okay, graphics card.
Ruud, we don't see anything.
Ah, sorry.
Hang on. The most expensive and interesting part.
The graphic card is always a tricky one. You need to position it correctly so that you will not damage anything. It's quite a heavy card, and the slot is quite sturdy, but of course if you put too much force on it and it's not straight, then you might damage it.
Yeah, so extra
but don't
sweet,
worry too much. It's
Extra Sweet 88 on YouTube. What GPU is that?
RTX 4070 Ti Gaming X Trio, white.
White.
Yeah, the part name.
There
is
it is
also
on the
white,
screen.
yeah.
RTX 4070 Gaming X Trio, white something 12 gig, I guess.
Or 12G, yeah, also, yeah.
Is the PCI Express one slot still clear? Ooh.
There's a by 4, or actually it's a by 16 slot, but it's
difficult to see.
Yeah.
Is it still accessible?
It. Yeah. If you use the slim version of this, then it will work, because then you will have some air in between.
Okay, yeah.
But this one, yeah, I wouldn't recommend to put like a
then
big
you
card.
close the
a small,
fan.
low profile card shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. On the screen it says 4070, not TI. I will fire our designer. Always the same with him.
No. I'm pretty sure I said TI when I gave the spec, but
yeah, come on.
The stuff happens like that, right?
Yeah. You know, our designer, he thinks for us. So he was also asking Ruud, do you mean this memory, which we used last time? No.
No. Then I would have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but that's good. We like that he's thinking.
Yeah, he's checking. He's good.
Yeah. Okay, so Ruud, can you maybe show us that there is no yellow?
No yellow?
Yeah.
The connector part. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. Let me.
Yeah.
So if you click it in, let me attach it. Not sure if it's really visible.
Yeah.
Maybe like that. And this is just halfway in. Not sure if you can see.
Yeah, you see
the
some yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see yellow, you can expect flames. Nah,
yeah,
it's not like that.
It shouldn't start, or it should. Yeah, it doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
So this is the cable we're gonna always see with this kind of graphics card. So unless there's a solution for it, like a bottom connector for the graphics card, then yes, you could hide it. And I think that should not be a big problem. But
you have some white tie wraps?
Yeah.
Or something Velcro?
There's tie wraps here.
Okay.
And there's also like the Velcro cable ties. You can also get those.
Oh, they're in the okay, you have some extra ones in the box.
Extra ones, yeah.
Nice.
Also extra, I first thought this is also some clickable thing, but it's basically the mechanism where the side panel clicks in. So there's little balls on the side panel that click into this plastic.
Like a spare part?
Yeah, it's a spare part, yeah.
Okay.
We also have a spirit level.
Okay.
So you can adjust, and this is the graphics card holder. You can turn it, and then it will get bigger or something, like Yeah, there's a.
Okay.
So you can.
But this is not something for moving around.
No,
this
it's not for transportation, but you can use it for if it's
sag.
Yeah, for sag. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that's also why you have the spirit level that you know.
You can level it, but then also the table or the floor where you put it on needs to be level, right? Otherwise, it doesn't.
What
really
kind of
make
house
sense.
do you have?
Yeah. So this can be in between here. Let me make it.
So guys, you see, only two, I don't want to say cables,
And
but...
this one has a magnet on it, so...
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it shouldn't move, and depending on where the graphic card is, you could even hide it behind the cable.
Or maybe attach the cable to it.
Yeah, also possible. So you could, tune that for your own liking.
Yeah.
And then I think the spirit level means you should put it like that. But the table is not
Hey, don't complain about my table.
Oh, okay, sorry. And then
I think the spirit level is RMA. It's Doha. Dead on arrival. Send it back.
It's a nice touch. It's a nice accessory. I think it's cool. There's also another tray in the bottom here. And you can put another fan in it if you don't like it. Or
so this case fits 10 fans.
10 fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One in the back.
You can also put fans on top of the PSU bay. Yeah. But that would just be for looks, not for
It's all for
cooling.
looks, Ruud.
Yeah, it's all for looks, I know. But I would personally also remove the tray in the bottom because it doesn't look nice if it's not filled with a graphics or with a fan. So just it should be pushed and then pulled out. So then it's even a cleaner look.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So that's what we do. So normally I would advise not to close the covers until you power it on and you know it works. But we're going to do that anyway.
Hey, Ruud, maybe I wasn't paying attention like the whole time, but did you also put a SSD inside?
The SSD was in the motherboard already. It's
okay, you're cheating a little bit.
Heatsink, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
No, okay, yeah. Good that you check.
I just want to help you that everybody loses his bet.
Okay, yeah. Let's hope so. We can put the front on and don't forget to peel off the protective foil.
Ooh,
so, wow.
Sturdy one. So first put the front back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Upside down.
Upside down? Yeah, you right. Normally just give it a smack and that's it. And then the split pans will just...
maybe leave the side open because I'm not sure if our green screen loves... I already see the... Can you maybe angle it a little bit? Let us check if the green screen likes the glass. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, the glass? I can put the panel in front of it.
Yeah, maybe our green screen will...
Or leave it open.
No, it's okay. Yeah, leave it open. Leave it open for now.
Yeah,
we can later put it there.
Yeah.
I know you can do that.
Let's put the top on as well because that looks nicer.
Oh yeah.
It should slot in like that. 2 thumb screws. That's easy enough. The back we can also put on. So the good part, if there's enough space, it should just pop in and flatten the cables, so like that.
Can a 4090 fit in the case? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, because you don't have the front where you sometimes would put the radiator. There's a lot of space here, so even the bigger cards will fit in this one. Yeah. Shall I leave it like this so you can see it?
To give it a spin.
And just plug it in, see if it works. We haven't tested this before, so it was working, or at least the motherboard was working, and the graphic card was working in my office, but this is a different monitor, and we also have a capture
We know the monitor's
card.
working?
Sorry?
We know the monitor's working?
No, I haven't seen this
You
monitor
saw it powered
before.
on.
This monitor is your monitor, not mine.
Yeah, but I know it works.
Oh, you know it works, okay. I'll trust you.
So we need white cables for a white build, right?
White cables?
The ones on the back, the black.
Yeah, but normally in the back you don't see.
Are there
right?
white power connectors, etc.?
I've seen grey, but white,
Okay.
yeah, probably they exist.
Yeah, gray sounds like a heating device.
Also, yeah. Some kitchen appliances have grey.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just put it on and see if it works. Well, I don't see anything running yet. Oh, there we go.
It works.
At least it has RGB.
Oh, it boots. Yeah. Oh,
Now,
yeah. Now we
let's
need
see
to.
also if the monitor works and the capture.
Yeah,
because the
this
capture can be tricky.
Yeah. Okay.
I also don't see anything on the monitor yet.
Okay, that's good. I mean,
now I see the bias. It's booting.
Okay.
But maybe the HDMI only pops on with the with Windows. That
Is this
should be
your
the desktop, right?
Is this desktop?
Yeah.
Is that PC?
That's my desktop, yeah.
Oh, cool. It works.
But the scaling is out of... What resolution am I here?
I don't know. I guess 4040p, maybe 1080, or maybe 4K. I don't know.
Oh, it's extended. It's not duplicated. Hang on. That's better.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it works. So
It
let's
boots,
have a look
yeah.
at the case with all the lights. Looks nice.
So now the fans from the case, they are controlled by the LED controller. So it works by pressing several times on this LED button. You will see different effects.
Yeah, it looks a
now
bit
it's
odd
green,
with our
that
green
doesn't work,
screen.
but this is bluish.
I can, well, maybe one moment. Close up and let me switch off the green screen.
So now it's pink. Pink is good, right?
Pink is good.
So I've set the motherboard and the memory and the graphics card to that it responds to the CPU temperature. So the icy blue color, which is showing now, that means the CPU is colder than 50 degrees or something. And then it should move on to orange and then to red if it's going to 90 degrees or something. But the fans are doing purple because it's controlled by the LED or the RGB hub inside the case. If I press it longer, it should sync with the motherboard. So I'm now pressing it.
Okay, and the mainboard and the GPU are
So
white. White is blue,
Yeah.
right?
And now it should be all synced. And we can also open MSI Center. And no, I don't want Norton. Go away. Annoying thing.
Go away.
Go away. So basically the fans or the RGB hub is now controlled by the motherboard. So whatever the motherboard is doing on color is also happening on the fans from the case. So at the moment I've set it to CPU temperature, and below 50 it do blue, and around 70 it will do orange, and around 90 it will do red color.
Okay. So
I thought it was a nice effect, and I just use it, like that.
So now it's doing nothing.
Yeah, the CPU is not doing anything.
Yeah.
So let's see what's inside.
Can you apply a load to it?
Yeah, we can do.
Well, I'm going to take this this close up, and I'm going to put it on the capture. So we make it an insert so we see the colors.
Okay. Let's do the sensors of.
So we will see if it's working or not, Ruud.
Shall I
Cinebench. People are voting for Cinebench.
Let's see.
You have that?
50.
Yeah, you have it.
Zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's a bit big. So this is the package power. The 14600 is very similar to the 13500 in terms of power. So it will draw around 150 to 160 watts during Cinebench.
Yeah, so this is the new Core i5-14600, which is a non-K CPU, announced at CES. I'm not sure. I would say it's already available in the markets.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make this a little bit smaller.
So these are not that power hungry.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, this one.
Ruud,
oh, okay.
I applied for more budget and I got a chair. Maybe you can sit on it.
Yeah, okay. But the mouse is so far away.
Oh.
Anyway, here we go.
Oh, the cable's not long enough.
No, it's long enough, but I've moved some parts here. Like.
Okay. Okay.
So let's start the Cinebench, and then we also see the score and see what the temperature is going to do. So around 154 maybe, it's doing 150, depending on how long you run the benchmark, of course. So this is quite beefy.
Actually,
beefy cooling, so yeah.
We had a wireless mouse, Monica. However, I wanted to have a white mouse, and I only had a wired white mouse. So I'm the root cause today.
We even have a white keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a white monitor. It's all in the same style. So about 20,000 points is what we get. If I don't run the HW info, it should get around 23, something like that. So 22.8, 23, something like that.
So it's like 1.5% performance impact from.
From the monitoring. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I can just close it and rerun.
I mean, it's like a few FPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, HW Info, you have to download that indeed. It's not part of Windows, but it will give you
but
all the insights in your PC.
Yeah, it's a freeware program. So there's also a paid version. We use the paid version because freeware is not always available to companies.
Yeah. And we use this daily.
Yeah, we use this daily, and we also work together with the programmer of HW Info. We give them also information about, or not me, but in our headquarters, they send them information about our sensors in the motherboard, like the temperatures, the voltages, and also the RPMs, even the power consumption, or the power stage information, like how many amps it's drawing and stuff like that. So now it's about 22.6. So if you run it continuously, it will speed up a little bit.
Yeah. Is that a caching issue?
Could be, but what I've noticed is if I run it manually, like just pressing the button, it's more inconsistently than if I run it by script.
Oh, okay.
So normally I run a script, so I just press it once and then it will just save some configuration data, and then it will run Cinebench, and I can check back the information later.
Hey, wait a minute. Kevin on YouTube still has some kidneys left. You didn't buy an RTX GPU? He has his left half kidney and he's offering it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sure. Bring it.
So basically, yeah, what HW Info also gives you information about the whole system. Let's put it a little bit lower now. At least the CPU is the i5-14600. It's an engineering sample, we can see here. The memory is 5600 CL36, 2x16 gigabytes. And the graphics card is an RTX 4070 Ti Gaming X Trio white. The software cannot detect that it's a white one.
No.
It uses the same V-bias.
So Ruud, do you have a power virus installed?
I don't have Prime 95, but I can download it. It's quite small.
Or for the GPU? I mean, I want to see different colors on the RGB fans.
Oh yeah, sure. But it's detecting the CPU temperature. So,
oh, okay.
Let's download Prime then.
Yeah. I'm going to do a giveaway. Are you guys the developer of MSI? Well, we work for MSI. We're part of MSI.
We have opinions that gets passed on, but not always followed.
Yeah, it's always like that. We have too many ideas, basically.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes a while, or some generations, that before you will see stuff happen. But
I'm going to do another giveaway, guys.
There's always stuff that's already in the pipeline and you cannot just change everything.
So,
like the cables coming in from the graphics card from the bottom, we already suggested that like during the 4070 launch or something.
Next winner, he won before already, is 2 of 7. Congrats, 2 of 7, loyalty bonus. Thank you for joining again.
Oh, now it's smaller. That's.
If you have this game already, I'm not sure when you won last time. Let me know, then we fix something else. So, Ruud, maybe do we still? It's I mean, about time to stop, but we still have some content. Talk about 14 Gen CPUs. So, maybe let me. Do you want to do a benchmark on the CPU?
Let's do Prime and see if we can heat it up enough to change the RGB colors.
Yeah, that would be nice. So last week we also showed this slide. Sorry, Ruud.
It's changing in color. It's already orange.
Yeah, I saw that. Let me see the
is
capture.
A bit small now.
Capture, okay.
It's 76 now. So.
What was the threshold you put in? Like 90 or 100?
Yeah, around 70 it would turn orange.
Well,
does it show on the camera? Yeah.
Yeah, ish. Main maybe. This is pinkish.
So in Cinebench, the max we saw was about 152. With Prime 95, the maximum power is about 200. So 200 watts, 78 degrees for the CPU. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, so Ruud will try to push more.
Yeah, just let it run, that's okay.
Yeah, so last week we already briefly talked about this. Intel, they launched 18 new CPUs. This is one of them. I think this is 65 watt part, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
So normally on MSI motherboards, the power limit is not set. So it's unlimited if the motherboard is capable of doing that much power. And you can, if you have a motherboard that's not as powerful and the power circuit is much smaller or doesn't have heat sinks, then usually it's protecting the motherboard. So it gives like maybe 135 watts instead of the full 200 we see now. So that's the difference for the CPU and the motherboard power limit part.
So Extra Sweet 88 is saying I think only Z mainboards can overclock. For Intel, yes. Well, you know, they all can overclock, but really limited, so you should have a Z. AMD B650 can also overclock.
Yeah.
Radish is joining, I guess just joining here, saying, where are the cables? We are going to lie to him. 0 cables.
Yeah.
Close to 0 cables. Visible. Okay, let's talk a little bit about benchmarks, because Ruud already ran some benchmark in this 14600 CPU. Yeah. And this one, Ruud, remind me, do you know how many cores, how many what?
6 P cores and 8 E cores.
6 P, and compared to the previous one?
Same.
Oh,
yeah.
the same, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, 13500 is the one we had. We still have, but the 13600 we never had. I'm not sure if that was sold much.
Yeah.
The 14600 is 1 speed grade faster, so it has a higher turbo than the 13500, but it also has slightly more cache or L2 cache, and that's what you also see in gaming.
Yeah.
But here you also see on the not on this page. This is the multi-threaded page, so you can see it's also more efficient. So for the same watts, so that's wall power, that's not CPU package power done by software, but it's just hardware wall power for the whole system. The same amount of power, you get more performance. So efficiency is better with the 14600 than the 13500.
Yeah. And that's mainly because the CPU is better. It's not so much that the power is the same and benchmark is better.
Yeah, matured product instead of the first badges. Yeah. And more cache, but cache usually doesn't translate well in performance in Cinebench, but it does translate in performance in games.
Yeah.
So the next one also shows the single-threaded
at the bottom?
performance at the bottom from Cinebench, and that usually also translates quite well to games that are CPU sensitive. Especially Shadow of the Tomb Raider is a well-known title that benefits from single-core speed up. Formula 1 a little bit, but that was on the same Steam account, so I just installed that one as well. And you can also see a healthy upgrade there, but the settings were very low, so for a 4070 Ti these are not really demanding settings, so yeah, that's not the settings you would normally run at with this kind of graphics card. So if you move up to 1440p with ultra settings, the differences are very, very small. And 4K,
so you're just taking this scenario to show the difference in the CPU.
So it shows a bigger difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, in other words, in higher resolutions, higher quality, the difference is quite small.
Small. Yeah. Very small. Yeah. Then the bottleneck will be the GPU, and then both systems will perform equally.
Yeah, and I think this is interesting for everybody, you know, who's looking to buy a new PC, because if you only want to play, like me, I like quality settings, I like high resolutions. Well, you know, I don't do 4K, I do 4040p, but I'm not like the high FPS 1080p gamer. And this means for me, the CPU is less important because the GPU is the bottleneck, not the CPU.
Yeah.
But if you're an FPS gamer, most times, in most games, the CPU is the bottleneck.
Yeah.
So, which means you need to spend a little bit more money on the CPU than on the GPU.
Yeah.
And if you you like both, then you need to pay more. That's it, because then you need a good CPU and a good GPU.
Yeah. Yeah, the CS showed a lot of OLEDs, like 4K, 240 Hertz.
Yeah.
Wow, good luck powering that with a current graphics card, you know?
Yeah, I was talking with Mankit about that. You know, most people think, whoa, nice resolutions and high quality.
Refresh rate,
and ultra wide. You know, think about how you're going to fill in a decent frame rate the games. That's a huge problem. But you know, we don't have SLI anymore.
4K 100 FPS is already quite a task.
Yeah, indeed.
4090 and probably.
Which also means that if you, which is quite strange, if you're going to move to higher resolutions, widescreen, you probably need to lower down your settings, meaning you see more crisp those ugly textures or those ugly effects.
Yeah. So we need more power on the graphics card.
Yeah. Anyway, you know, I'm sure Nvidia and AMD are working on the next gen.
Yeah, of course.
Works like that. Yeah. And that game publisher will push more eye candy in the new engines. So it will be a never-ending story.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we like. I think, let me see, I go to the capture route. So it's doing 200 watt, and it's like, what's the temperature?
Yeah.
82 degrees.
81, yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's climbing very slowly, so almost settled, I think.
Yeah. Can you maybe show the MSI Center RGB settings again?
Yeah.
Because you can probably also lower them, right?
Yeah, you can, yeah. Shall I close this one or leave it on?
No, leave it on. I mean.
Yeah, but the system will be slow with Prime 95.
Oh yeah.
Now let's stop this one, okay?
Is it true that Intel 15 Gen will be 2 nanometer? Well, Intel is not using nanometer anymore. I think they're talking about do you know what it stands for? Angstrom or something?
Angstrom. Yeah.
Angstrom?
But I'm not sure if the angstrom part is really correct with their
and it's also not two angstrom, it's I think 20 or so. Anyway, I lost count. Anyway, so you cannot really compare like TSMC 2 nanometer is the same like Intel. It's way more complex. It's all about what kind of structure they're using. So, and yeah, 15 Gen, that's something for the future.
Yeah, the colors you can change, but you can. I'm not sure if you can change this one, but this one should be editable. So if you say I want to do 60 here and this one at 100, Especially if you have like a 13900, I would put this one on 100. Most coolers will reach that.
Should I use MSI Center or Afterburner to overclock a RTX 4070 on a laptop?
You can do both, but yeah.
If you want to go safe,
most of
MSI
the time,
Center.
Afterburner doesn't work well with laptop GPUs.
Yeah.
There's not enough open
settings,
things you can tweak.
Yeah.
So that's where you need the MSI Center, and it's only limited to the GPU clock and the memory or the VRAM clock. Yeah, and it's the range is usually also quite limited, and depending on what kind of model you have, because if you have a thick chassis with beefy cooling, then you can overclock it a little bit and still get some performance benefit out of it. If there's like a thinner laptop, then you can raise the clock frequency, but the cooling will determine your performance, not the clocks.
Yeah, and I would also say don't overclock, you know, on notebooks. They're not meant for that. And if you want higher FPS, it's very easy. I'm sure there is one setting which you don't see visually, which will crank up your FPS. So maybe some shadows you make from high to medium. And if everything is already on low, then you need a new notebook.
When I opened Mystic Light the first time and chose this LED style, I think the colors were like this, like green was
but we cannot do
coolest.
green here, you know, with the green screen.
And blue is warmer than green, and red was still red, so that was good. So I swapped this part with I probably had orange for in the middle part.
Okay,
This could be something, but I thought the icy blue was nicer to see.
Like a spectrum, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I set up, and the values for the temperature you can change, and you can also put it like evenly.
Okay, I think that's it for the day, right, Ruud?
Yeah, you also have, of course, like rainbow. This is probably the default, right? And some other effects you can select. You can also do colors individually per motherboard, graphics card, or DRAM in this case, and you can play with this as what you want.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So next week it's again Ruud. Maybe me. Maybe I can find another victim to take over. Next week we want to talk about notebooks, laptops. We don't talk a lot about that. Most time for us, our team, it's difficult to get samples for notebooks because once they're in, you know, they're sent either to media or to customers, for reviews, etc. So Intel just launched a new Meteor Lake platform, and I mean the desktop platform 14 Gen is quite boring, but on the other hand, Meteor Lake is really, from a technical point of view, interesting. So
on laptops, we also have 14HX launch. Yeah, which is basically similar as the desktop one, more of the same.
Yeah.
Some parts have more E-cores, like.
But next week we're going to talk about Core Ultra.
Core Ultra. Yeah.
It's also a new brand name from Intel, and a lot of technical stuff. So at least Ruud will be here. He's a technical guy. He will talk about that, and we will use one of the new Creator notebooks. What is Creator 16 something AI something, right?
Yeah, Intel put like an NPU, a neural processing unit in, so all laptops with that in it will be called AI from now on in MSI.
And it had a 4080 GPU?
4080, yeah.
Okay.
In a very thin chassis as well.
Yeah,
so.
Well, will be interesting.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching, really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I learned that I still need to put the still need to put the power supply first in. But we'll see.
I learned that this works really well for building.
Yeah, you like it, right?
Yeah. This is much easier with the cables, especially the power cables, like you said. Yeah.
So now we just need to get rid of a good solution for the
graphics
cards, and maybe the tubes, and then the next thing what we will do, we will try to get rid of RGB or the fans or something. No, let's keep them.
No, more RGB, right?
More RGB, yeah, more place for RGB, indeed. So thank you all. See you again next week, Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.